Today I'm going to explain why Auto Club Speedway is going to have the most cautions in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2022. The reason why I think Auto Club Speedway is going to have the most cautions is because Auto Club is a very bumpy track, and the next-gen car makes its downforce off of the underneath of the car. So when you have an underneath of the car bumping up and down, I think it's going to be like extremely difficult for the cars to stay put on the ground, and if they bump off the ground like a normal Auto Club race, and they'll probably lose downforce, and in the corners especially where it's very bumpy, I think it's gonna make it really hard for the drivers to keep control of the car. I don't think this applies much to the Xfinity series necessarily, because they've been running there for a long time, but their car hasn't changed at all. They still have side force, but with the Cup Series making downforce on the underside of the car, I think it's going to make it so that your next gen car is going to be able to spin out much easier, especially without having side force to catch you. I think running the wall is going to be key to winning the race, and I think staying off the bumps is going to be win. I think it's also going to be true to other tracks like Darlington, and if Atlanta was not reconfigured, I think Atlanta would have been the hardest track to drive. I think Atlanta would have probably been the hardest track to drive by a long mile if it had not been reconfigured because of how old it is. I think also Texas is going to be really difficult because Texas has a lot of bumps in turn 3 and 4. I mean, nobody really likes Texas, but I think the All-Star race is going to be pretty eventful. If the Auto Club race has a bunch of just single car spins, I think Texas is going to have a lot of single car spins because people are going to be testing out the waters in the PJ1 / resin, whatever you want to call it, and also be testing out the waters for going up there to make time. And since it's the All-Star race, you're going to have a lot of spins and crashes maybe, and people might, they might lose it. So I think Auto Club is also 2 miles long, and they're going really fast there. You don't really notice, bumps are not as big on the front stretch as they are in the back stretch. Like, you look at the Gen 6 car at Auto Club and you see them bounce down the back stretch. They bounce coming into turn 3. And since the underside of the body of the next gen car creates a lot of downforce, it's going to screw up entering the corner. So probably either, for one, it's going to be the most boring race ever. Everyone's going to be single file and Martin Truex is going to dominate and win. Or two, there's going to be a crash every 5 laps, and we're going to have tire failures and stuff like that because the track's so eaten up. But I really think nighttime racing at Auto Club would help, but I think Auto Club is just going to have the most cautions. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. See ya.